no secret.
So is that what
Plain to see.
Huh?
is that what comes up?
What's that?
I love you. And you love me. It's no secret. You know it's true.
Is that what normally comes up when you
You love me. And I love you. The only time we seem to meet is in the middle of the night. Only then can I feel your heartbeat. Till something's not right. Together I see you and me, always and all time. But not everyone would agree. To them it's a crime. It's no secret. It's plain to see. Yes, I love you. And you love me. And it's no secret. You know it's true. You love me. Yes, I love you. Each day I think of you, looking for some sign that you feel the same way too. And I know you're mine. We can't use no telephone, but others can hear. And all I get is a dial tone, but the message is clear. It's no secret, and it's plain to see.
Well, hello. If you are listening in replay, the show will start in just a moment. We're having a few technical difficulties, but we're working them out right now, so the show should start any moment now. Also, if you are new to Fireside and you have never been in a live show, if you come to the show live, there's a couple of things you can do. You can react. You can use any of the three buttons across the bottom, the laugh emoji or the laugh emoji or the party sound emoji, and we will hear it and you will hear it and the whole audience will hear it. You can also hit the react button and choose an emoji and press send. You can also hit the react button, choose an emoji, and write a comment or question and press send. Also, if you want to speak live in the show, the easiest way to do that is to hit the plus sign that says speakers and hit send. Or you can also hit the little equal sign on the lower left hand corner and press that, and you'll see options of different things you can do, and you can hit one request to speak and press send, and then you will be in the show. Again, the show will be starting in just a moment.
Good evening, good evening. This
Good
is
evening.
I'm Right,
I'm right.
and I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova. I am.
And here we are.
We are here. We are here. Everything is so small these last 2 weeks. Everybody's on spring break. Like nobody wants to see us. But hello, May. Hello. It's so
Hello,
good to
May,
see you.
May the poet.
Yes, May the
And
poet.
Denise.
And Denise is here too. Great. Oh, this is fabulous. Well, now we can have these intimate conversations because there's not many people in the audience. So no one can hear us anywhere else. It's just us four here. That's it. No, we could say whatever we want.
I thought you lived
'Cause
by
no-
that philosophy
no.
that you can say whatever you want.
Because no one else will hear us. So it's cool. It's all good. It's all good.
It is all good.
So what's happening, Jill? What are we doing tonight?
Well, tonight we are talking about when you need to purge people from your life. Because we have
Purging.
done that.
Yeah, purging
And
people.
I believe that people should do that periodically. Like, just look at the people in their
Okay.
lives and decide. Well, really, you don't have to decide. Like,
Okay.
I'm sure you, as we talk about this, I'm sure you realize who's not good
And-
for you.
Yes. And do you have a stance on that, Jill?
I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to help you. Now, do you have a stance?
You're trying to
on
help
that?
me?
I'm trying to help you. Do you have a stance on that?
Stand by
Thank you.
your
Trying to help
stance.
I think we should say hello to Brandon.
Hello, Brandon. How are you, Brandon? I have seen you in other shows. I've never spoken to Brandon myself, but welcome, Brandon. I'm happy
Yes.
to see you here.
Yes, me too. All right. So to answer your question, I do have a stance on that. I believe that energy is very important. Whether, like your energy and who you choose to spend your time, who does you choose to surround yourself with.
Yes.
I have discovered in my past, and hello, Dave and Sam.
Hey, David Sam.
I have discovered in my not so distant past that some people are like energy vampires. They will drain the heck out of you.
That is true. And I don't think we've ever talked about energy vampires on this show before, actually.
Well, let's start tonight.
All right. Well, you brought it up. So what's up? What you got to say about that?
Well, I do believe.
Well, first of all, what is an energy vampire?
You weren't listening. I already gave the definition. I said people who would drain you of your
It'll
energy.
drain you of your energy.
Yes.
I was pushing buttons and stuff, so I didn't know what was going on.
You tuned me
I
out.
didn't know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You see, now this is when you know you have good communication in a relationship.
Because he could
So
say that
even
and I won't get mad.
Yeah. So even though at that particular moment I wasn't listening that closely, okay,
Yes.
but I can admit that I can admit, no, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. So this is something that we should do.
And
that
I can respect the honesty because I'm one of those people that if you tell me you're listening to me and I know that you're not, I'll start asking you what did I say?
I don't know what you said. So,
But that's not the point tonight. The point tonight is I believe that if you have people in your life, like I believe in helping others, of course. I think we should all strive to help others.
Yes.
But not at the expense where there's nothing left for ourselves.
That is true.
You have to nurture yourself as well.
That's very true. I agree. You do, but how do you do that?
How do you do what?
How do you nurture yourself? How do you
Well, self-care.
pull that? What is self-care?
Well, people define it differently. I don't define it as bubble baths and things like that. I define it as taking time to do the things that bring me joy. If that's doing absolutely nothing at that time that brings me joy, then that's self-care.
Okay.
We all know I've been on I am on a weight loss journey. So I
Mm-hmm.
take time to exercise. I take time to really consider, what nutrition
Okay.
I have. That's self-care.
Cool.
But
Cool.
also just taking the time to like read and do things that I just really enjoy.
Okay.
So if you allow everyone else to take your time, especially in things that, what are you doing? Like, are you looking at yourself and smiling? Are you one of those people? There are people on Zoom meetings that they're like, you can see
Well,
that they're looking at themselves. And
I said early on we have a small audience tonight, so we can just do whatever we want.
I'm not totally on board with that because you're distracting me. And I think you're
Okay.
distracted.
Okay. Continue. Continue.
And but we can say hi to Hurdling.
Hurdling. Hello, Hurdling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so happy you're here and join the conversation. We would love that.
Which is actually about when you need to purge
Purge
people from
people.
your life. So I was just describing that, you have to, yes, you can help people, you can advise people, you can do all that. But there are things that I am not equipped to do. Like I am not a therapist. I can listen to you, and if you want my advice, I can give it to you. But if you need professional help, th- I will encourage you to seek that, and I'm not that person. I've had people in my life that needed professional help, and when I couldn't give it to them, they got mad at me and accused me of not caring about them and all that, which were things that weren't true. It's just that I was not equipped. I am not a therapist. That is not my expertise. So I care about them enough to, say, well, yes, I agree with you that that's the kind of help you need, but I'm not that person.
Okay, so who decides how much? Well, a friend. It's a friend
And hi,
has.
Monica and Truthful Sweet.
Yes, hello, 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 Monica.
And Truthful
Wonderful,
Sweet.
wonderful, and truthful, sweet, and yeah, truthful, sweet is a wonderful person. I know that. I've listened to her before on Dave and Sam's show. She's excellent. But how do you draw the line of helping someone out, helping a friend, being their shoulder to cry on? How do you draw the line from knowing whether it's just a friendship and you're just talking and the person just needs somebody to talk to, might not actually want any advice, just need someone to talk to.
Sometimes
How do you
people do just need someone to listen to
Yeah,
them
so how
because
do
they
you
may
how
not
do you
get that.
draw that line from when you need either to, like you said, purge them because they're draining you, or tell them that maybe you need to see a therapist? How do you draw that line?
Well, what I have said to people, I don't mind being that woman that, whose shoulder you cry on. I don't mind that at all, and I don't mind just listening, letting you
Hmm.
get it out if that's what you need. But when you start blaming me for the things I can't do, that's a problem.
So,
So you start blaming me for, um, not giving you telling you what treatments you should have. Things that a therapist or a psychiatrist or psychologist does. I don't have that expertise. I'm not going to tell you to just go take some random drug. you know, I'm
so
not
are
I'm
you
not that
saying?
person.
Are
And
you?
when I believe in my gut instincts
Mm-hmm.
too. I haven't always followed my gut instincts, but I've learned what
Mm-hmm.
happens when I don't.
Yeah.
Um if I start, like, there was a time, and this, there's a time where I've helped people, I've listened to people, and then the rest of the day I'm curled up in fetal position because I am drained. That's not
Yes.
good. So I have to draw the line there because it's
Okay.
at I'm the one laid out, and they're just, I don't know, they're great. So that's too much. I gave too much.
So is the only, well, I hate to say only because it's kind of like an absolute, but are there,
I don't believe in absolutes either.
yeah, me either. So what are some of the other things? So you're saying a person's being a emotional drain on you, a friend or an acquaintance is being a emotional drain. So what other things would cause you to purge someone? Because the first thing I think of is money, like money. Because if somebody's always, and you know what? I think all of us have had the friend or the so called friend that's or a relative that is a financial drain. So no matter where you go, they don't have any money. And you'll, and I have like, when I know there's people like that, whether it's a relative or a friend, I'll ask before they come, do you have any money? And they'll say yes, to like help with gas or so they can buy their own meal and pay for their own admission when we go someplace. And they'll say yes. And then we'll get out and they don't have any money. I mean, like just lied. And they figure, oh, well, he'll bail me out. Bail me out. Yeah. So is that a good reason to, just
Well, it depends on who they
cut
are.
somebody out?
If they're a so-called friend, I'm very good at fool me once, but not twice. I'm very good at that. But if it's family, that's that's different. So with family, if you start realizing that when they asked if they could, if you'll lend them some money, you learn very quickly who means lending and who means granting,
Well, yeah,
gifting.
and
So
really,
I have come at it with, I'll just give them the money. If they give it back, great. I'll just give them the money.
yes, just gift it
Yes.
to them because
Because
otherwise,
you'll never see it. And why,
Yeah.
Why get all upset?
yeah, that is true. That's it. That is a good thing. So if you can't afford to just give it,
Then don't lend it.
don't lend it. Don't give it. Don't, because you can't afford it. You need the money. You don't do it because you'll get angry.
Yep.
And it's a horrible thing to for a family bond, a family relationship to be destroyed over some money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it still might be destroyed after you say, "Nah, I'm not giving you any money." Hey, things are tight now. I can't, give you any right now. And they may think that, oh, you got plenty of money, but they don't know my bank account. They don't know the bills I have to pay. They don't know what's coming down the line. So yeah, but money
And people
can
make
do
a
it.
lot of assumptions too. Like, when we've had people come to our house and they just assume that we have a lot of money.
Oh, we don't.
We don't. We don't.
Woo! No, we don't have a lot of money.
But that's a common misperception.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's okay. So, what other types of things is a good reason to, just
Why don't you answer?
get
Why are you
rid
asking
of
me all these
someone?
questions? You answer some.
Ask me. Oh, well, I
Well,
did.
answer your own
I was
question.
talking about money. I was talking about money right along with you. So I was. Do you have a problem with that?
You've just been in journalist mode. When I
No.
try to get you to play journalist and report back to me, you won't
I'm
do
no
it. And now
journalist.
tonight you're asking me all these questions.
You're the journalist. Yeah, that's okay. But
See, journalists don't like to be asked questions
well, you need to get over that.
unless we're in an interview
You need to get over
situation.
that. Yeah, you need to get over that one, Jill. It'll
I
be
won't.
all right.
I
It'll
won't,
be all
but that's
right.
okay.
But what other things? See, I'm back to
See,
answer
you're
the
back.
questions. What
Well,
other
yes.
things?
What other things?
Well, look, listen.
when we
listen.
decided to have this topic, what kind of person came to mind?
Well, here's the thing. As many of the audience knows, that I don't hang around a whole lot of people. I have my friends on Fireside, but on a day to day basis, I don't hang around a lot of people. I don't see a lot of people. I'm usually by myself. So I don't
No, you're
have
not. You're in the
other than
office
you. It's just
that's not
her
by
and you and
yourself. I'm
I.
there.
But I'm not gonna get rid of you, so
Well,
you don't
that's
count.
nice to know.
So I'm not gonna get rid of you, Jill. But just I'm talking about outside the home, people that I may
Yeah.
hang with and all of that. And I'm not saying I don't hang with anyone. Actually, a friend of mine came into town, I don't know, a week or two ago, and we all went out to dinner, and
And
it
we hung
was.
out this on Sunday too
Yeah, we hung
with
out with
different
some
friends.
other friends, but on a day to day basis, I don't hang with too many people. I know I don't hang with anybody during the
I was gonna
week,
say,
but I have some friends. I do have friends like my fireside friends. When when I say every Wednesday night people come here and we talk and we laugh and we really do want the audience to talk. We don't want to be just us, just yum 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 yum. It's
blah blah
ridiculous.
blah.
Yeah, I don't want it to just be us. Blah, 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 blah. So I love it when people talk and add to the conversation, and it's like they're sitting right here,
Hmm.
right here. So I love that, and Fireside, the people on Fireside are so kind and
Hmm.
nice. I don't know. I,
So you're
well,
not
I
planning to
know for
purge.
sure it's no
You're
on
not planning
fire
to purge anybody.
from Fireside. No, absolutely not.
Me neither.
But I have had to purge people in my life, and I started learning this when I was very young. Well, not very, very young. When I was a teenager. So, for instance, I noticed, and back then I did have a group of friends, a circle of friends, male and female, and
You had a posse.
we all hung out together off the time, all the time. During the week, on the weekends, we all hung out together, did stuff together. But I started noticing that if I went somewhere and my crew, let's say, well, my circle of friends weren't with me. Like if I went to a party by myself for whatever reason, and then the next day I had not all of my friends, but some of my friends started telling me where I went, what I was wearing, down to I had mismatched socks on. They could tell me who I danced with, who I talked with, what time I left.
Were your friends
When
spies? What
well,
are you saying?
they had spies. They had spies out there. So, and, they know a lot of people, and I realized early on I learned that I don't like to be watched. I don't like to be watched. If I go out by myself, there's a reason I went out by myself because I wanted to
I
be
always feel like
by myself and just go out and
somebody's
explore
watching you.
life. So, that's
Oh,
me.
I always.
So some of those people
You'll have
I
to.
had
There it
to
is. I got it.
purge. I had to purge.
I'm
So
trying to accept
are
it.
you getting? I'll accept. There we go. I think
There we
my
go.
phone
Hey,
is.
Monica.
Hello, Monica, my friend.
Telling people are always watching him.
Now, even though Monica's a private detective, I'm pretty sure she's not watching me.
Yes,
Now,
she
you
is.
know what? Hey, I had to say something because I can't stay with you guys all night tonight because I got a Zoom call at 8:30. So I just wanted to
Okay.
show you all some love. That's what you do when you care
Thank
about people.
you.
We
You come to their
We
shows.
love
You know how
you.
Anthony did last night, but Jill has never been to my show out of 51 shows. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
understand?
Now you on the radar.
What do you mean I've never been to your show? What are you talking about? I have been to your show, Monica. Not as much as Anthony, that is true, but I have definitely been to your show.
Because people with lives have things to do. So you think I'm here ready to be spying on you, what you doing, when you doing, how you doing it, and your raggedy socks. What kind of friends you got, dude?
That's
kind of
right.
friend
Because
you got?
like I
Right.
said,
That's a good
that's
question.
when I was a teenager. But check it
Oh
out.
Lord, oh Lord.
But check it out.
So
Those
you ain't
same
you rode the
people.
little yellow bus and you ain't had no friends since then. Is that what you telling me?
No. The same people, I ran into them like 30 years later.
Oh my God.
And they were up to the same thing.
Oh my.
Started immediately.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
nah, I don't care for that.
You rode the little short yellow bus. Go on, admit to it.
That's why I stayed on the road as long as I did. Well, one
So
of
you
the
could be by
reasons.
yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I did. You know, everybody's talking about, Tony, you should write a book. You should write a book about all the years you were on the road and all the
You'd have to
different
fictionalize it because
experiences
people would come
and
after
all
you.
of that. Nah, I ain't writing that book. No. Yeah, you could put Monica on that case and she won't find out all the stuff I did while I was on the road.
Oh, I think she
Lord.
could.
Oh yeah. You don't want to don't test me, Anthony. Don't
That's
test
right.
me.
That's right. That
Please
sounds like a
won't
challenge, didn't it,
you won't
Monica?
find the stuff
Do
I
not
have
test
done
me. Don't
all
test me. I will
over this
embarrass
country.
you. I
You
will
will,
find all the women you accosted. I will find all the children that you scared. I will find everybody.
you won't find them. See, because I knew whatever I did, just don't let it get into a computer anywhere.
Hello. Yeah.
That's what I knew. Don't let it get into a computer. Yep. And I'll tell you what, before the police, all the police departments didn't used to have the national crime computers system
Right.
and see that was back then.
NCIC.
That's right. And see, I delivered those computers to all of the, not all, but many of the police departments in South Florida. So, I'm talking to all the cops and they say, yeah, man, if it ever gets in here, it ain't going away. I said, bet. I'll make sure nothing gets in that computer. You'll find some speeding tickets.
I was going to say, so
You'll
you
find
stopped
some
just
scale
before
tickets.
it would go do something that you stopped
Yeah,
just before it would go in
Yeah,
there?
you'll find all road violations, stuff like that, but real stuff, nah, it ain't in there.
But you know what, Anthony and Jill, I want to say this seriously because, like I said, I can't stay with y'all all night. I got to sign off at 8:30. But to answer your question of what your topic is about tonight, you really do have to have the courage and the strength when you see that you need to cut folks off or when you need to remove somebody from your life. It takes.
Your phone cut out.
You still there?
You're still on the stage, but we can't hear you.
The last thing we heard was "it takes."
About they.
There you go.
there you
You're
are.
back.
Yep.
You're back.
Oh, did you lose me?
Yeah.
The last thing we heard you
Lord.
say was "it takes."
Okay. It takes courage. It takes
That's right.
courage to be able to make the decision to step away and walk away from people. I see too many people that are upset. They have toxic family, toxic relationships, and they're afraid. You have to have the courage and love yourself enough to know when it's time to walk away from. It doesn't even matter whether it's family members. I think family can be the worst. And it takes courage
It's
and
very
it takes
difficult.
strength to be able to do that. And when I was younger, it was much challenging for me. But when I just got tired of being taken for granted and used, I don't know where the strength came from, but now I can tell people very, very quickly. No,
That's right.
I'm not going to be able to do that. I can do that, but this is why I'm not going to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And share with folks, you know what I mean? Because you got to love yourself enough. These folks will take advantage of you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to the point of bankruptcy, they will.
That is true.
Yep, that is exactly right, and I'm glad you did say, the more you do it, the more you get used to cutting people loose, purging yourself of them, the easier it gets. And I'm
Oh,
not
it
talking
does.
about, I'm not talking about being insensitive,
Exactly.
but you have to look out for yourself. And like Jill said earlier, don't let the energy vampires, soak it all out of you.
Oh,
And thank you so much, Monica. I
Yes,
know
thank you,
you got to
Monica.
do
We
your Zoom
appreciate
call,
you.
so thank you.
We love you.
yeah. Love you too.
Love
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Bye bye. And Jill, you need to
Bye.
go to Monica's
I'll
show.
be at your show.
Girl, please. You ain't going to Dubai, and I have written you out of the will. Bye.
Oh, you got written out, Jill.
You out. Bye. You ain't going to Dubai with us. No.
You
We
purged
pulled
me from Dubai?
Girl, we pulled your travel girl card. You are not going to Dubai. Goodbye.
Oh.
Now.
Oh, we're going to talk about this later. Yes, we are.
Goodbye.
We'll
Bye.
see you.
Denise has a comment for you, Tony.
Okay.
Says, Tony, you acting like you a criminal.
No comment.
No
No comment. No comment.
You're a criminal who didn't get caught.
Well, here's what I know. I know a lot of cops, or have known. Some of them have passed away now, and some of them I don't even have contact with. But I can tell you this: the police officers, not all, but many of the police officers that I knew, broke more laws than I ever will or did ever. So in my eyes, I'm pretty good.
That's your gauge?
Yeah.
That should not be your gauge, especially
that's
with
my
all the
gauge.
stories we see today. That should not be your gauge.
That's my gauge.
That should not be your gauge.
Well, I wasn't a thief. I wasn't a murderer.
I was going to say, I was afraid to ask.
I wasn't any of those things. So I
And
was.
you weren't
I was,
accomplice?
No, minor infractions. Let's
Okay.
say that I got away with.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Well, you when we were talking to Monica, you brought up a good point, which is it gets easier to purge people, but you're still not insensitive. So if someone is if someone knows they need to, purge someone from their life, how do they do it? What would you suggest?
Every situation is different. So give me an example of it. Give me a situation.
Well, let's just talk about what we have been talking about. What if someone, let's take an easy one. What if someone always wants, what if someone scouts your house and decides they want to move in?
Scouts the house and decides they want to move in?
Yep.
How about someone that that you try to help out, and you let them move in and charge them hardly anything because they're trying to get on their feet and all of that, and so you charge them almost hardly anything, but then they take advantage and they
Decided to move other family members in.
Yeah, they try to move other family members in, try to get the utilities in my house moved over to their name. And that's how you get squatter rights.
Squatters.
You
Okay.
Get,
I was like, what would make
that
sense?
that it's
their house.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take that situation.
All of that.
How do you purge that person?
Well, In this case, there were two people. One I had known for long time. The other one I didn't, and they were married. The one I didn't know for a long time, I found out certain things about this other person that even the spouse of that person did not know.
Mm.
So that was a delicate situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure out another way to purge them.
And what was that?
Money.
What do you mean? You
I
gave
went
them
up.
money to leave?
No, I went up on the rent 3 times.
Oh,
I tripled the rent. They're gone.
I see. I see. Well, Denise wrote, my life experience was so different from Tony's, but he has pointed out when someone may not be the best relationship for me. And then Connie said, set limits.
Yeah, we definitely have to set limits. You know, I've had to purge many people in my life, but usually it's because I made a mistake. I chose them. I
Your picker
overlooked.
was off.
My picker was off. I overlooked them, but I always did end up purging them, no matter how
Well,
painful it was for me or them. I always ended up purging.
well, one thing that I struggled with is that I remember if someone has been in my life since childhood, and I remember the person being one way, but as an adult, they're different, or maybe I'm just more aware of who they've been all this time because, when you're young, you don't necessarily know.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I've had the hardest time purging because they've been in my life for most of my life or
Mm-hmm.
all of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really hard to just let them go. So for me, it's more of I'll be over here. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
way, very distant. But I still love them and care about them. But
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah, but you
communicate.
gotta
I stop the communication because it
back
makes me
off.
feel bad. That's another reason to purge someone is if they just always end up making you feel bad about yourself, then that's not right.
Yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be a person that you purge. You may have to purge your job.
Well, I've done that many times, haven't I?
You
My
may
resume is
have
so
to
long.
purge your job. Now, I know that's very easy for me to say. It's very easy for people to say, oh, just purge your job. Just quit your job. If your job is making you physically sick,
Like one of mine did.
if your job is making you mentally sick,
That you start acting like the wacky people around you.
you
Yes,
might.
if it changes you into someone that you don't recognize, that's bad too.
Yeah, and now see that's even more difficult because most people that I know just can't quit their jobs. Just can't. Oh, I quit. That's it.
Or
Because
at least not without another one in sight.
Yes,
But you and I have both quit without having another job.
it wasn't fun.
It was not fun. It was not fun. But I did feel better the minute I did it.
Yeah, so I guess you have to think of yourself and care about yourself enough to purge that job, even though money is involved and all of that. So the moment you realize that you have to purge this job, the moment you start looking for another job, you'll start feeling a little bit better because now you're like, oh, okay, I got a plan. I'm going to get out of here. So now, that phrase they use, quiet quitting. I know
hate
you
that
hate that
phrase.
phrase,
It
but
makes no
now
sense.
you're not as vested in that job as you were before. You're like, oh, but I'm going to be out of here soon. I'm going to get another job. I'm going to leave. And nobody likes to switch jobs. Nobody
Yeah,
likes to move. I know I don't
it's a
like to
pain.
move.
Yep. But to use your other phrase that you say often, don't believe the hype when you do go to that new job. So don't, like start off like this is going to be the best job ever, because it probably won't be.
It won't.
It might be better than where you were. Don't get me wrong, which is
Yeah.
good. But
New
but
employers will tell you anything to make the job sound like it is the best in the world and everybody's happy and it's just such a great job and great benefits and all of this is great. I had one place I went to, and I work for myself most of my life, but in between businesses, I might take a job somewhere. I had a place that told me, "Oh yeah, you get full health insurance." I'm like, "Great, well, that sounds good." And I got there, definitely had full health insurance.
you had to pay for it.
Oh, they wanted to charge me like $1,800 a month for health insurance for myself, not me and you.
Oh my goodness.
Just for myself. And then like the deductibles were like $5,000
Oh, that's
on top of
wow.
that. So see, yeah,
Oh,
so
that's not
yeah.
a deal at all.
Yeah, they did have health insurance.
Mhm.
They did not lie about that, but the what it cost was insane.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
insane. So yeah,
That sounds
don't
worse than
believe
Cobra prices.
it was actually about the same as
Mm.
Cobra.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, don't believe the hype. Take it all with a grain of salt, because after you get there, you'll begin to
Yes,
learn.
if you just observe, you learn personalities and you
Yeah,
learn culture,
yeah,
that may have not been, apparent to you if you were able to even, do the job
yeah.
in
So
person.
here's another thing: when you start a new job, don't make friends too quick. Not too quick. Keep your distance a little bit so you can find out who they are, who your coworkers are. So like the first week, don't go out for drinks with your coworkers. Don't.
Oh, but that might be when you do learn some things about them because they're drinking.
And that's when you might tell things about yourself because you're drinking. You
well,
see?
well, oh, okay, all right. Well, I had uh, at a former at a previous job, the head of HR kept like I talked to him several times because I was always being reported to HR because
See?
my boss
You breaking
anytime
laws.
I didn't break any law, but anytime my boss disagreed with me, instead of us talking it out, he would just make me go to HR and
That's like
eh,
being sent to the principal's
yeah,
office.
that's exactly what it was like, and I had never been sent to the principal, so I was like, "What is this?" But it turned out that the head of HR actually was on my side and liked me. So every single conversation like that, he would say, and he would look at me, people don't leave businesses usually; they leave people.
Yeah,
It's
most
the
of the
people
time,
that makes
yes.
them leave.
Yeah, because a lot of people will stay at an awful job,
Because they
but
like the
they
people.
like the people they work with. They like their coworkers, and
Yeah,
so that's cool. I mean, that's
yeah.
all right. I'm trying
But
to think.
but in terms of a job purge, I have no problem doing that
No,
at all.
no, no. Actually, neither one of us.
Yep.
Usually, the only thing that'll slow me down is if the money's really good.
Right.
The
Right.
money's really good. I can do another month. I can do, but yeah,
But then something worse will happen,
yeah.
you know.
And even with, and I've said this before, if you want a long-term employee, don't hire me. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. As soon as I save up enough money, I'm gonna quit. So just let you know. But but money sometimes made me stay longer than I should. But I never got fired.
Well, that's good.
Never once have been fired.
I haven't either.
Well, they did something else to you. We won't
Yes.
even get
We
into
won't even
that
get into
story.
that, but yes.
Yeah, so
So
I just
purging people. Does anyone in the audience have something they want to say to share about their experiences? How hard was it? Have you, well, first of all, have you ever had to purge people? If so, how did you do it? If you're thinking about purging someone but you're having trouble, let us know that too, and maybe we could help you.
yeah, we're experts. we we've had people
Yeah,
come
you've
over to
you've
our
you've gone
house.
off the grid. Like people can't even find you.
What are you talking about?
You know how to disappear, as do I.
Well, I'm already off the grid. What are you talking
No,
about?
you're back on.
I'm
Whether
already
you
off
like
the
it or
grid.
not, you're back on.
Yeah, I could
Now you can't
disappear.
just say Google Jill, because I can say Google Tony.
Yeah, isn't that something? People can Google me now. I had an old friend from back home, and he called me. Hey, what's going on? We ain't talked in 20 years. Blah blah blah.
This
And I'm
isn't someone you had purged, or was it?
not really,
Okay.
not really. Just just drifted apart.
Okay, yeah.
Years living in different
It's life
places and all
does
of that.
that.
Yeah. Um, so I'm saying, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I got a show on Fireside, and I do such and such, all different stuff I'm doing. He says, well, can I do your Facebook account, and can we talk like that? I said, man, just Google me. All the information's there. He said, I can Google you. Yeah. Yeah, you could Google me. Yeah, but everybody's like can be Googled, right?
Yeah. Some
I
show
bet
more
you
than
everyone
others.
in our audience we can Google them if
Yeah,
we have their
yeah.
first and
But
last
some will have
name.
more pages than others.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have as many pages as I used to.
Oh no. Hey, check this out. I didn't know this, audience, but ever so often I do Google myself.
Which is a good practice for
Yeah,
everyone,
to see
actually, to
what's
make sure
going on.
you know what's out there about you.
So
Because I've been surprised a few times.
ever so often, I Googled myself, and I did recently, maybe a week ago, and I
Really?
didn't know this. A lot of people probably know this, but I don't care about social media and all that. I don't really worry about it.
You
So
don't?
no, just in case you didn't know,
Oh, I
Jill.
know for sure.
And just in case the audience didn't know, I ain't worried about social media. So I Googled myself and attached Fireside to it. And some stuff came up. There was probably about, I don't know, 10, 12 different things that popped up. And I was like, there used to be more than that. Why is it so low? So then I looked at the bottom of the page, and it said, there have been so many things on you that we hid them because some of the information is redundant. But it said, click here if you want to see all of it. There was pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages. It was like endless.
And how did that make you feel? Since you used to not,
It made
no
me
one could find you before.
made
So how
me
does that make you feel?
made me think I need to get off social media.
But all of it was Fireside stuff, right? Which automatically
Oh, it
goes
was
out because I send it
Fireside.
out.
It had NPR.
Oh,
It had other
when we did
shows.
StoryCorps?
Yes, it had other shows from different platforms that we had been on. Um, you can Google me, and something will come up called what's this? What is the name of the story? Um, Ghost
Oh.
Truckers. Yes, Ghost Truckers, and it's connected to me. It's a story that I tell that's true.
That you told on another show.
on another show, another platform. Wasn't on the, but yeah, just all kinds of stuff. Like everything, it's
Well,
like
just wait till we audience on Sunday. We were guests on someone else's podcast, and so just wait till they
yeah,
share that. Because remember how I told you how quickly their following was
yeah,
growing,
yeah. We were
like
guests.
real followers.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought
yeah.
about that later. Like, oh, we put
So
ourselves out there.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, all of that happens, and really for me, I don't try. You know what I
What do
mean?
you mean? I
Well,
never tried
some
either.
people try to get followers and
Oh.
try to make their presence larger, and all of that.
Well, I
I,
think
I,
in general,
I,
people are taught that social media will help you do that. So I don't fault people for doing that.
I know. I'm just saying I don't do it.
Oh, I know.
That's
Believe
what
me, I
I'm saying.
know.
I know it's a good thing. I know if you have a business and you can create traction to your business, and if you have a show on Fireside, the more traction you get, the better. The more followers, the better. All of that, and so on and so forth. But I don't really put much effort to it.
This I know.
Hey, but check this out.
This I really know.
Jill, and I know this isn't about purging, but Jill got tired of Jill used to always, do the posting of social media and stuff for
I just
us
got
in our
tired of
in our
doing it.
shows.
But our audience grew after I stopped.
And we're not just talking about Fireside audience. We're talking about overall
Yeah,
audience
people started asking
grew
us to do more things. And I'm like,
after
how
she
did you even
stopped
know about us?
doing that. Yeah, people keep finding us. It's a trip.
It
It's
is.
it's
It is.
it's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, and with it all, I still don't really do social media much, but May the poet here, she's been getting me to do some Instagram now and then.
Yeah, you're on
As a matter
Instagram
of
far
fact,
more than me.
May,
'Cause I don't
I'm
really do
going to send
Instagram.
you an Instagram message tomorrow morning, and that's how you know I don't do social media, because I have to schedule myself to an Instagram
Well,
message tomorrow
a
morning
lot of people schedule their
because
social media time. Otherwise, they
because
would never get off of it.
yeah, because I know I won't do it tonight. Dave and Sam's show is gonna
In a few
start,
minutes. How
and
was your day?
yeah, so I'll be in that show, and I won't be thinking about and posting stuff. So yeah, tomorrow morning, May, I'm gonna send you
You do
a
realize you
message.
said this to everyone, right? Like aloud. So that means you have to do it.
I am
You
gonna
have to
do it.
remember
I'm a
to do
man
it.
of my
If you
word.
remember.
I will remember. I put it in here
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Today. So I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right.
All right. So purge people, do it. You gotta do it. Do it first time. Gets easier the second time. No
What if
problem.
the purge person tries to come back?
They usually do.
And then what?
It's like, no, this ain't gonna work. Unless maybe some years have passed and maybe the person has changed.
That's true.
That person
And that's
can
part of my
change.
problem. Initially, before I ever purged anybody, I would always think, "Oh, I'll just give them a chance to change," because I do believe that people can. But
Yeah,
if they're
but they
not
might not
trying, if they're
change.
never trying, then they're not going to change.
That's right. They'll be the same person.
Hmm.
So, you know, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, well, let me, just give them a holler, see if, if they had changed.
Yep. And it's very easy to spot after you've realized it for the first
Yes,
time.
yes. Once you know it, yeah. So if you, we, we have a narcissist in our family. I'm not giving any names. I love that narcissist, but I know he's a narcissist.
Well, now you do.
So, I don't get pulled in. As long as I don't get pulled in, I can still love
Have a
my
conversation.
conversation
Yep.
and love my family member,
And
and
that's
all
the
is
other thing
good.
too. Maybe you don't need to go as far as purging, but
Yeah.
your response is different.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So are we getting towards the end of the show,
I'm ready
Jill?
to end the show right now.
You
It is
try to get
almost
up-
time for
you
Dave
try to
and
get out of
Sam.
here.
And how
Yes,
was your
right.
day?
Dave and
So
Sam
they're
show.
coming up at the top of the hour.
All right. So everybody go to Dave and Sam show in probably 6 minutes, maybe
For
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
In 7 minutes, check their show out. May will be there, and May's friend Betty, isn't that Betty? Won't Betty be there? That's Betty, isn't it? Yeah, because I was wondering whether that was Betty Boop.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Betty.
And Truthful Sweet.
And Truthful Sweet will be there. And isn't that like Mr. Bombastic? Is that who Mr. is? I
Oh,
think
we didn't
so.
say hi to Mr. Hi,
Hey,
Mr.
Mr. Yeah, that's
Yes,
Mr.
yep.
Bombastic. Yes. Cool. So I'm sure he'll be there. We got half of Dave's audience here. They just followed Dave and Sam over here and threw us a bone. That's
Well,
all
we
right.
appreciate all of you all.
Truthful Sweet. Yeah, that's right. So thank you for the bone. And we'll be, and I don't want to pronounce it wrong, Hurlding. And thank you for coming, Hurdling.
And Brandon,
and
and
Brandon.
Denise, and Connie and Ronaldo, and Lisa.
Cool.
I think I got everybody.
Got everybody? All right, because I have to look sideways, but you can look that way. So
Yep.
that's good. All right. Again, we love you
We
all.
love you all.
Can't wait till the next time when we see you.
Two
We got
things to
something
tell
else?
you all. Two things to tell you. Next week we have a guest, and we'll be posting about that soon. And in April, when Tony does Poetic People Fighting Racism, which is always on a Saturday,
It's
but every
gonna
other
be
Saturday,
live from New Orleans.
and some pop-up shows throughout the day. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that too.
That should be pretty cool. All right. Love you all. Hope to see you next time. Next Wednesday.
It seems so far away, but yes.
Next
Bye.
Wednesday. Love you all.
Love you all.
All right. Bye-bye. We will turn off the video. No video. But you can still hear us and you can still hear the music. But we're going to get out of here. So again, love you all. Hope you all have a wonderful night. And we will see you next time. Bye.